What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we just witnessed easily our best Summer League performance against the Indiana Pacers, where it felt like everything went right. And ultimately, we saw a great game because of it. And if there's any game I recommend you watch in the Summer League, because I know many people don't watch the Summer League, many people can't stand the Summer League. It's not obviously the NBA, we all know that. But if there's any game I recommend you watch, please watch this game against the Indiana Pacers. It was truly a joy in every sense of the word. Yes, of course, the Bulls picked up the victory, so of course that adds, it's an added bonus, but it was a stellar performance. So many great highlights, so many great plays, so many great performances in this team, in this game. It's hard not to mention it and talk about it and enjoy it and just have a great time overall. But before we get any further, if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls, their game today against the Indiana Pacers, and who was your player of the game, as we did win this one 114 to 105. And my goodness, the first game was a shocker. That very first one where we had 72 points, I believe it was against the Toronto Raptors. We got cooked in every sense of the word. There was no ball movement. There was literally nothing going right for the Chicago Bulls whatsoever. Then the improvements from the Kings was nice, but this is an even bigger step in the right direction, ladies and gentlemen. So you've seen the path to progression each and every single game. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to just become the best team of all time or anything like that in the Summer League, but steps are steps, and it's important steps to take. The ball movement in this team today was unbelievable. 28 assists in a Summer League game, I think, is very, very good. We did very well in a lot of areas, but most importantly, I want to give credit to the very good efficiency the Chicago Bulls had today. So we shot 50% from the field. To be fair, Indiana did do the same, but we did have more shots, and overall, we took the better shots, and we took the right shots, and we made the right plays, and that is where things really got won and lost for the Chicago Bulls. Speaking of the efficiency, I want to talk about some of our key guys, ladies and gentlemen. 28 points for Matas Bazelis today. He had 5 rebounds and 1 assist alongside of a steal and a block. He shot 57% from the field, 8 from 14 overall. And what I would like to say about Matas Bazelis, man, is you saw a glimpse. That's what you saw. You saw a glimpse. You saw a glimpse of what he can be. You saw a glimpse of his potential future. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate over to the NBA. It doesn't mean he's going to become the first option this season for the Chicago Bulls. But you saw a glimpse. You saw what you needed to see. And that's where I'm excited. The first game he played against the Raptors, I wasn't necessarily too excited with that performance. It was again, he tried to create a lot out of scraps in that game against the Raptors, but it wasn't a great game. This one, you saw the best player, the number one option, have a great game, do it efficiently, and become the leader of the team. He did that. That was him. That was Matas Bazelis. You should be very happy with that, ladies and gentlemen. I know for sure that I'm very happy with that. And we can move on knowing that, hey, we probably won't see him play in the Summer League again. He basically said this might be his last game. But what you did see were the glimpses. And that is something we can all carry over, I guess, into future games in the NBA. So, I mean, it was a good Summer League for Matas Bazelis in the end. But speaking of Summer League, speaking of our rookie, Noah Asenge, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 7 from 14 from the field. That's 50%. He was 3 from 8 from 3, which is not bad, 37%. Overall, that was a very good game. Now, with Noah Asenge, what surprised me about this one was just the efficiency overall. I mean, we know that he's played professional ball before, so maybe this shouldn't come as a surprise to us, but watching him more and more, I'm liking a little bit of his all-around game. It's not, everybody said his defense is going to be what gets him going. It's going to be his defense that's going to allow Bulls to notice him. And sure, he's a lengthy guy, 6'10". He has a good wingspan. He could probably be very good, phenomenal even on the defensive end. But quietly, that was a really good offensive game. Shooting 50%, 3 from 8 from 3, and overall, just being so efficient. It is a beautiful sight. He did the right things. He made the right plays. He took the right shots. and they all fall. And I guess that's the type of performance we can hopefully look forward to in the NBA. Now, again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's going to average 20 points per game in the NBA season, but games like this, and hopefully if he could do it in the G League when he eventually gets time there, and he could do it on the bench as well, it could potentially lead to that starting role towards the end of the season. Very similar to what we saw with Matas Buzelis. Obviously, they're two different players, but still, I really respect the efficiency of both guys and how they were able to get their points. It was a very respectable performance. We can move on and have a couple more talk about more guys. Lachlan Aldridge, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He knows his role. He is a guy that I could truly sit here and say, he plays the right way. He plays his style, and he doesn't really try to do anything out of the ordinary. And today he was the beneficiary of a lot of great playmaking passes, and he was able to get to the bucket. But even then, he had 4 assists on his own. This is what I want from a center. You know, we all want rim protection, sure. We all want that athletic center that can catch a lob, sure. If we're going to see Nikola Vucevic eventually ever leave the Chicago Bulls team, we're going to need more than just that rim protector and lob threat. We're going to need a center that can play make out of the post. We're going to need a center that can find cutters. We're going to need a center that can do a little bit of everything on the floor. So Lachlan Aldridge is a player that probably isn't there yet and probably won't get there for a while, but in my opinion at least, has showed glimpses of what he can do when it comes to his playmaking and when it comes to making the right plays each and every single time down the court. So I respected his game. Very physical player as well, which we come to know. I still think there's room to improve on the rebounding side. Yes, he had 9 rebounds today, and that is nothing to laugh at whatsoever. But being undersized, there's always going to be something that's going to be attached to his name. Can he rebound the ball at a high level in the NBA when he's playing against grown men? I'd like to see how he does. Maybe preseason can give us some answers there, because the Summer League, you're versing the same sort of people. You're versing youngsters mostly. So we'll see how it goes when it comes to the main stage, when it comes to the NBA preseason, maybe in the regular season as well. Let's see how he goes in those areas. Javon Freeman Liberty had 18 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. He was 6 from 14 from the field, 2 from 4 from the three-point line. Big night playmaking-wise, 5 assists for him. I mean, everybody kind of sees him as a shooter and someone that's going to make shots for the Bulls, and that's about it. So it's nice to see. Yes, he had a relatively okay offensive night, but he was able to find, I guess, certain people open and was able to contribute on the playmaking side. And look, sometimes playmaking is infectious. When one person does it, everybody else wants to get involved. And it's truly, in my opinion, the funnest basketball to watch. And I would assume it's the funnest basketball to play. And then obviously you got Young as well. Speaking of, 7 points, 6 assists. But I want to get to the bench, ladies and gentlemen, because Kamawara, I hope I say his name correctly. Each and every time I fear I'm not. 15 points and 10 assists with 3 steals off the bench. You know, I can honestly sit here and I can tell you, when I watch players like this play, they're my favorite players to watch. I love playmaking point guards so much. Like, in my opinion, there is nothing better in the NBA than seeing a guard break down a defensive scheme to get someone else open. When my favorite point guards in the world are guys like Rajon Rondo and guys like Chris Paul. You know, these players that can break down an offense or defense and find open shots with ease, whether it's his own or somebody else's. It's beautiful. It's a reason why a lot of people love LeBron James as well, because he knows the play before it even happens, and he can break it down, and he can find an open shot for someone. Ben Simmons as well. I know a lot of people like to target Ben Simmons, but at his best, Ben Simmons was a phenomenal playmaker in the NBA, and he could break down any play and get anyone an open shot. So when I see things like this, it makes me so happy, man. It makes me so happy that playmaking is not a lost art in the NBA. You know, you see how the NBA is heading, and it's very much teams are playing the same way. It's always chucking up threes, you know, trying to get, I guess, a certain amount of shots on the three-point line and maybe get to the line every now and then, go for layups. But it's a very similar style. I mean, when you watch the OKC Thunder, they won an NBA championship. It was their defense that got them over the line, sure, but they play very similar to a lot of other teams in the NBA. They all are very similar in a lot of areas. So to see someone so different make an impact, You know what? I hope we sign this guy to a two-way contract spot at least. I can't see a reason why he wouldn't be effective in the G League and why he couldn't be an effective player over certain guards that we already have on this team, like a Javon Carter. I can't see why he couldn't earn a spot here if he continues to play and if he continues to show what he's all about. He's making a name for himself. He's already done it at the NBA level already with Memphis. You know, he made a name for himself. A lot of Memphis fans really liked him. So, you know, hopefully the Bulls maybe gives him a chance in the G League and see what he can do. All it takes is one opportunity to shine, and that's all it can be, you know? One opportunity. We'll see if he can take it. Overall, man, I'm happy with this performance, and I can sit here and say, let's move on to the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Can we see better than this? I mean, if we do see better than this, even if Matas Buzelis doesn't play another game, if we do see better than this, I might be the happiest Bulls fan of all time. I just might be. Like, I'm all about improvement. It's not about the wins and the losses. If we, I guess, come to the next game and we drop 130 points, but we also give up 131, to me, that's an improvement. You know, in terms of playmaking, facilitating, offensively, there will be improvements there. I'm just enjoying the ride at the moment, and it's been a good one, to say the least. I mean, not great, but good. You know, lost twice, but improvements every single game we've seen. On to the next one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care. And peace.